I don't know if this is gonna work the way I want it to. It's a hard maybe. It's a hard maybe. This is the Rode Videomic 2 Go 2, whatever. And we're recording on a Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus. And I've got the microphone's windscreen on. And I'm recording at, I think, just, I don't remember. But the idea here is to test the microphone's capabilities as a shotgun microphone in a car, in a moving vehicle, in a very noisy environment. You've heard my other videos recorded in this environment, this noisy environment. And this is quite a jank setup. I wish I could show it to you, but I've got my camera put into my nice little suction cup car cradle, which has one of those lovely features where you can just gently close it and it'll click at certain intervals. It'll just click, 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 until it cradles your camera comfortably. And if you want to release it, you've got a button on the back that'll unclickify it, and it's kind of spring-loaded, so it'll spring back very slowly. And it's just my favorite mount, and I've always had this particular mount on my windshield. But the Rode mic, being that its primary method of mounting is a cold shoe with the, I think it's called a lyre, or it's the other one that starts with an R, shock mount. It doesn't really have a good place to go, to fit. So like, I've got it in the cold shoe mount for another camera, a phone cradle, grip, kind that is also spring-loaded. You have to pull it open to fit it around the width of your camera phone. And it's a crappy fit, but I've got it up at the head, up at the very top, right there, of my Samsung Galaxy. So there's my camera, and then right above you is the microphone, right above, pointed at my mouth. And it was kind of a jank setup because it's really, really close to the edge of the windshield, but I think it's going to give me better sound than my lav mic will in the car. So this is basically like the harshest test I can give my Rode mic. Rode R-O-D-E, not Rode R-O-A-D. But my Rode mic could actually end up becoming my Rode mic. Okay. And it was a toss-up. I've been looking for a nice shotgun microphone because I'm going to be getting into doing ASMR videos pretty soon, ASMR roleplay, and that's going to be my third channel. I really, really want to do that because of years of people encouraging me to do it, or something like it. They're like, you have a nice ASMR voice, whatever. I've got 3, 4, something like that, options. Not a lot after I really drill down and do all the research for shotgun microphones that are kind of tailored for this application, which is to use with a phone. A lot of them are usable with DSLRs that have USB inputs for microphones, and then most of them are tailored to go with a DSLR that uses an aux input, but they've got to be battery powered. I don't want a battery powered microphone at all. I don't care if it's rechargeable, I just do not want that. I want one that I can hook up and it will be powered by the device to which it is hooked up. So that's why I narrowed down my choices to basically the Rode Videomic 2 Go, and then I think the NTG1 is one of them. But I mean, research for yourself. I have a list of microphones, and I know the one that I have, obviously, but the NTG one, I can't remember if it is one of the ones that was on the list or not. It's slightly higher in cost, actually significantly higher in cost than this one, but it's still within my price range. But after listening to comparison video between the two, and the only thing I'm worried about at all at this price point is like self-noise being unbearable. But in general, I just want the microphone to give my voice the character it deserves. Not that, you know, not that I'm being egotistical, but some mics are just not meant for that, for a voice type in particular. Some mics are, some mics aren't. They'll cut off the lower frequencies just barely, or they'll be smoother along the higher frequencies, or they'll be smoother along the mid-lows. And that was kind of what prompted me to get the Videomic 2 Go, whichever one it is. This one you're hearing now, because the person reviewing it had a lower voice, and they said that the other microphone, the one that's slightly higher, the step up from this one, it was just it was probably fine depending on the voice type, but it wasn't the right fit for his voice. And so that's why I went with the Go 2 Go. I'm completely honest with you, I don't remember what order they're in, but it's the Videomic 2 Go. And I don't know, I still want to test the other ones out, but I have no way to do that. I don't have any place nearby that sells them. I can't give them a demo listen. All I can do is YouTube research. So just to kind of give this a little bit harsher of a test, I'm going to turn on my air conditioner. There's fans really close to the microphone right here, and it's not hot by any measure outside. It feels really, really nice, but in the car, I just have my windows rolled up, the sunlight's beating in, so yeah, I kind of get a little bit warm, so I can turn on my AC. What else? It was through Patreon and YouTube revenue that I was able to purchase this microphone, so thank you very much. I have put it through the test in my controlled environment, and it's got just the tiniest bit of self-noise. It's not a big deal. I do want to kind of compare it with the shotgun microphone that is sold by Bower for like 16 bucks. But honestly, the electronics in this thing are great. The microphone is deceptively lightweight. It's like toy lightweight, like nothing. So that's kind of surprising. There's not really like evidence of build quality or anything like that. It's just a lightweight plastic microphone. But it comes with firmware, and you can update the firmware by plugging it into your phone and getting the Rode app. And you can also control, you can do it through Windows as well. The app is for Windows also. They're the exact same. They have the exact same features and everything. But the Rode app showed me that there are actually settings that I never saw or heard talked about in any of the videos I did research on. There are 4 settings, basically. Well, there's like 5. There's the output volume if you're planning on monitoring, which I'm monitoring. Output aux cable on the microphone itself was important. I'm really glad it has that, so I can plug in my headphones and listen how I'm going to sound when I start recording. Really awesome, super useful, love that. It's got, of course, volume control for that. Volume control for the gain on the microphone itself. So if things are starting to sound funky, I can turn the gain higher or lower or whatever I need to do. I've got the microphone about 18 inches from my face, by the way, which is probably where it's going to be once I start doing ASMR content. And I just slowed way down so I could make this turn, so engine noise is lower right now, so I might be coming in a little bit clearer. The microphone is shaking like crazy because of the lyre mount. which is really cool. It's a really, really cool mount. It doesn't seem to come off of its cold shoe attachment at all, but that's okay, because you can get a cold shoe to 1/4 inch attachment if you need to, converter, adapter, dealy bob. And you can also just take the microphone out of the lyre. You don't have to have it in there. Then you put it in your own microphone holding solution, whatever the case may be. If you want to mount it as a boom mic, you need to find some way to you'd have to adapt the cold shoe to a 1/4 20 screw, or you could use the arm that I have, which ends in a clamp on the end of a ball joint. So I've thought forever, this is a really annoying boom arm, but you know what, for this application it'll work really, really well. Then what else? Oh, the other settings. It's got pad. Pad is a very important one. That is basically a noise gate. So this microphone is going to have basically 2 uses for me. One is going to be ASMR. The other one might be outdoor recording, just like this. This isn't technically outdoors, but like outside of my studio. So out in public, talking to people in public places. If I'm at a convention and I want to talk to people, I'll use this microphone, I think. And the pad, when you turn it off, you get everything. And you can work with that audio in your post-processing software. And it lets your voice still really come through. But when you turn the pad on, a lot of that background noise goes away. So with the pad on, you're losing some of the nuance in your voice. And that's why I don't want to have the pad on for doing ASMR stuff. But pad on would be really, really good for outdoors again, because it gets rid of all that ambient noise, all that engine, AC. And I have no idea what this is going to sound like, because I didn't put in headphones to monitor in this environment prior to plugging it in and turning it on. You're getting my first impression, sort of. I don't really have an impression yet. I'm just testing. This is the field test. I'll be doing the first impression once I get home to plug it in. But I'll probably have some text on the screen or something to let you know how I thought it went. Anyways, did a little bit of comparing with like my camera's onboard microphone and things like that, and yeah, the directionality, it's just really cool. It does a good job. It does a really good job. The directionality is great. It's not perfect, but it is better than what the videos I've seen about it make it out to be, if that makes sense. It's somehow better than that. And when I say it's not perfect, I mean no directional microphone I think is perfect. I don't know any better, really. I just turned my AC off because my feet are freezing. But I think this sort of thing might get better if you have a higher end microphone, one that's in the like thousands range. But I think what I'm hearing whenever I listen to this microphone is probably normal for the $100 or $200 range, or $300 maybe dollar range. It might not be. It might be a lot better on the like NTG1 or something. But you know what? As I kind of play around and make content, if I can get support for that sort of thing, I will sink the revenue earned from that into a fund wherein I will buy another microphone, and you know, we'll grow naturally that way. But I'm curious to hear what you guys think, and if you think that this purchase would be a good idea for you if you're a content creator interested in any sort of shotgun microphone solution. Hypercardioid, supercardioid, polar pattern, they're all condensers. They're not dynamic, but I mean, that's the nature of this polar pattern. it's not going to exist on a dynamic. I don't think it's possible. It certainly doesn't seem to be practical enough to even exist. Getting really close to my destination now. So I'm going to end this video here. I'm really looking forward to listening to the results, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So until then, oh, I forgot to talk about the other settings. I'm dumb. What are the other settings again? The high pass filter and the HF boost. I think high frequency boost. I can't get these settings to do anything that my ears can detect. Like, you've got two different settings for the high pass filter. You've got 75 hertz and 150 hertz. And I know that that's got to mean that everything under 150 or anything under a 75, reverse respectively, is going to be limited to get rid of low-end, low noises. But I turn that off and I keep it off because if I go really low and I record that and I turn the high pass filter off, I can hear a lot more of my own rumble, and I would rather have that. So that stays off, and so does the HF boost, which seems to do absolutely nothing as far as I can tell. If it does anything at all, it's a low enough it's low enough in my perception that, you know, it doesn't even matter. So I keep the settings off. I definitely turn the pad on in this situation. I'll turn the pad off when I'm doing actual in-studio videos, and then I'll apply my own Premiere Pro post-processing, which turns out is not that much at all. Very, very light noise reduction. Very light noise reduction. And I listened to one of my favorite, probably my only favorite ASMR creator, just to compare noise to see what it sounded like, and she had the same kind of really, really light, faint in the background. So it's not a big deal at all. Okay guys, thanks for listening, watching, thank you for your supports. You're awesome. Bye for now.